In most countries, a sidewalk has one job. You walk on it. Businesses stay inside. Vehicles stay off it. The space is clearly defined. But in Vietnam, that same space is used for almost everything else. Eating, cooking, parking, working. And here's the part that shouldn't be happening. A lot of this technically isn't allowed, but it still happens. Everywhere, every day. And more importantly, it actually works. And here's why. I'm John, a Vietnamese American living here full-time. And before I moved back, I thought I already understood this. If you grew up in the US, you've seen it before. Vietnam is crowded, developing. Rules are flexible. Sidewalks get taken over. And the assumption, even if no one says it out loud, is that this is what happens in poorer countries. Less enforcement, less structure. Things just spill over. So when I first got here, I wasn't surprised. I expected it. What I didn't expect was how wrong that explanation actually was. Because the first time I tried to use the sidewalk normally, it didn't just feel crowded. It felt like I was using it wrong. It was around 8:30 in the morning in Saigon. I'm on a sidewalk maybe 1 meter wide, about 3 feet, and within a few steps, I stop. There's a row of small plastic stools, about 25 centimeters tall, maybe 10 inches, a low metal table, a woman crouched over a pot of boiling broth, steam rising into the walkway. I try to squeeze through. There's no space. So I step down into the street, motorbikes passing close behind me. I get back up onto the sidewalk and immediately hit another block. 3 motorbikes parked across the path, front wheels up on the curb, and no one is trying to move anything. No one looks bothered. No one is even thinking about clearing the way. That's when it clicked. This isn't just a lack of enforcement. Because if it were, this would feel chaotic. People would fight over space. Nothing would flow. But that's not what's happening. Instead, everything is tight, overlapping, but still working. And the part that really caught me off guard was this. I wasn't navigating around a broken system. I was the one who didn't understand how it worked. And that's when I realized this isn't just one street. It's not just one neighborhood. You see the same pattern everywhere. Walk through any part of Saigon. Morning, afternoon, night. And the sidewalk is always doing more than one thing. A cafe spills out with 5 plastic stools and a low table. Right next to it, a food stall. 1 cutting board, 2 pots, a stack of bowls. A few steps down, motorbikes parked front in, angled to fit as many as possible. And behind all of it, a narrow building, maybe 4 meters wide, about 13 feet. Everything is pushed outward, into the same strip of space. This is where most people think they understand it. The explanation sounds simple. Vietnam is still developing. Rules aren't enforced as strictly. People just use whatever space they can. And at first, that feels right, but here's where it breaks. If this were just a lack of enforcement, this wouldn't feel controlled. People would take too much space. Businesses would block each other. Walking through the city would feel like constant conflict. But that's not what happens. Instead, everything feels negotiated, tight, close, overlapping, but rarely chaotic. And that's the part the simple explanation can't account for, because this isn't random. It's consistent. So if it's not chaos, then what is it? Because what's happening here isn't random. It's a system, and it starts with one constraint. Space inside is fixed. Take a typical building in Saigon, maybe 4 meters wide, about 13 feet. Inside space is limited, and more importantly, it doesn't change. If a cafe has room for 8 people, it's 8 people, whether it's busy or empty. If a food vendor rents a shop, the cost is fixed. Every day. That's how most cities work. Capacity is fixed. Cost is fixed. But here's where Vietnam does something different. The sidewalk turns that fixed system into a flexible one. A cafe doesn't just have 8 seats. It has 8 inside, and then 4 more outside, when it needs it. A food stall doesn't commit to a full restaurant. It uses just enough space to operate, and expands when demand shows up. And when it's slow, everything shrinks back. Fewer stools, less space, lower cost. So businesses only pay for space when they actually need it. This is the part most people don't see. The sidewalk isn't just being used. It's acting like a pressure valve for the entire city, allowing the city to expand and contract in real time without locking in higher costs. And that matters in a dense city because demand is constantly changing. Morning coffee rush, midday slowdown, evening food crowd. In a rigid system, you either overbuild or you fall short. But here, the system adjusts itself, hour by hour, without needing permits, without needing construction, without adding permanent cost. So yes, a lot of this is technically not allowed. Sidewalks aren't supposed to be blocked. Businesses aren't supposed to extend into public space. But here's the part most people miss. If you enforced those rules strictly, this entire system would break. Small vendors disappear. Entry costs go up. Daily life becomes more rigid and more expensive. Because what the sidewalk is actually doing is absorbing pressure, economic pressure, spatial pressure, urban density. It's acting as a shared buffer, allowing the rest of the system to function. So instead of rigid enforcement, you get something else. Rules exist, but flexibility is built in. Enough structure to prevent chaos, but enough freedom to keep things working. So when you look at a sidewalk in Vietnam, it doesn't just look busy. It looks wrong, like something that shouldn't be happening. But once you understand it, you realize it's not a breakdown of the system. It's the system adapting in real time, a space that's shared, negotiated, constantly adjusting, and doing something most cities struggle with, making limited space actually work. And once you see that, you stop asking why the sidewalks are so crowded, because the crowd isn't the problem, and start realizing they were never just sidewalks to begin with. If you thought this was interesting. Next, we're breaking down why people in Vietnam still don't fully trust banks. Because just like this, there's a system behind it most people don't see.